Welcome aboard me ship. Today we discuss Bartholomew Roberts, or Black Bart. He was a Welsh pirate and one of the most successful villains of the golden age of piracy. Roberts plundered over 400 ships on both sides of the Atlantic during his infamous 3-year career, far more than any other pirate of the period. The name Bartholomew Roberts might not be quite as famous as Blackbeard or Captain Kidd or the popular pirates of fiction, but his short-lived career set him apart as a pirate par excellence. Known for his flashy wardrobe, provocative Jolly Roger flags, and being a stickler for discipline, Captain Roberts, Black Bart, commanded one of the most powerful of all pirate ships, the Royal Fortune, which had at least 40 cannons. Keen to avoid the hangman's noose, so many other pirates had felt tickled their necks, Roberts was shot in the throat, resisting capture by the English authorities in 1722. Roberts was born in Pembroke County, Wales, in 1682, his real first name being John, or John Roberts. He went to sea around the age of 13, and he grew up into a tall, deeply tanned, and weather-worn chap that resulted in his later nickname, Black Bart. And an alternative source of this moniker was that Roberts often tortured his captives, especially French ones, to find out exactly where they kept their valuables. In one notorious episode in October 1720, Roberts ordered his men to cut the ears off a group of Dutch captives. Some were hung and their bodies used for target practice. So, then either way, Black Bart Roberts certainly lived up to his name. Captain Roberts was partial to dressing up for his role as history's pirate extraordinaire. He gained fame for wearing bright red silks in battle. I mean, this is exactly how we imagine a pirate captain should appear, right? It is written in a general history of pirates. Captain Johnson describes Roberts on the deck of the Royal Fortune confronting Ogle. Roberts himself made a gallant figure at the time of the engagement, being dressed in a rich crimson damask waistcoat and breeches, a red feather in his hat, a gold chain around his neck with a diamond cross hanging to it, a sword in his hand and 2 pair of pistols hanging at the end of the silk sling, slung over his shoulders according to the fashion of the pirates, and it is said to have given his orders with boldness and spirit. This notorious pirate, as he himself had predicted, was to enjoy only a very short career in crime. In February of 1722, Roberts and his crew were on board the Royal Fortune, anchored off Cape Lopez. Having spent the previous night partying to celebrate their latest round of captures, Roberts was killed on the 10th of February on board his ship after a prolonged engagement with the Royal Navy frigate, HMS Swallow, commanded by Captain Challoner Ogle. During this battle, Roberts was fatally hit in the throat by metal fired as grape shot from one of the Swallow's cannons. The body of the fallen captain was put overboard by his men, weighed down as he had often instructed them to do in such an eventuality, in order that the authorities did not take it and hang it in public. During this battle, Ogle's men won the day after a 3-hour battle, and 268 pirates were captured. Roberts' crews had often included former slaves, either released from captured ships or escapees from colonial plantations who had volunteered for a life of piracy. 77 black African slaves who had fought as pirates were captured that day. 52 of Roberts' pirate crew were hung in the side of the walls of Cape Coast Castle, Guinea. This was the largest public execution of pirates in the so-called Golden Age of piracy. Another 20 men were sentenced to hard labor in West Africa, and this in and of itself was a death sentence. And with all of this, now you know.